Let's be honest, you've tried it all. You've made the vision board, repeated affirmations until you lost your voice, and tried to think positive even when everything seemed to be going wrong. And at the end of the day, the feeling is the same: frustration. You look at your life, and it feels like nothing has changed, as if you're screaming in a soundproof room. If you've ever felt this way, know that you're not alone, and it's not your fault. Now get ready, because what I'm about to tell you goes against almost everything you've learned about the law of attraction. What if all that effort, all that willpower to make it happen, is the very thing that's blocking your results? What if your struggle to manifest is actually a signal of distrust that repels the very thing you desire? It's a controversial idea, I know, but it's the key that will change the game once and for all. In this video, we're going to unravel why your quantum manifestation fails, and the answer is ridiculously simple. It's not about some new, complicated technique, but a fine-tuning of your state of being, a concept we call coherence. Stay with me and you'll discover how to stop struggling and start allowing, turning the universe into your greatest ally instead of an obstacle to be conquered. You know that old story that to manifest something you need complex rituals and superhero-level willpower? Yeah. Let's agree that this approach feels more like an endless marathon of effort. We find ourselves fighting against reality, trying to push the universe in the direction we want. But all that does is create more tension and exhaustion, like trying to swim against a strong current. This constant fight with what you don't want is actually the reason why so many people give up and say, this stuff doesn't work. Think of it like a tug of war. On one side is your desire, on the other is your current reality. By focusing on the struggle and the effort, you are unknowingly putting all your energy right into the frequency of the very thing you want to leave behind. The truth is, quantum manifestation isn't about effort. It's about alignment. It's less about fighting to get it and much more about allowing it to happen. Forget the idea of forcing the outcome. The major turning point is understanding that there is a field of possibilities just waiting for your command. But how do you access this field without going to war with yourself? Imagine you're standing before an infinite cosmic menu where all versions of your life already exist as pure potential. A reality where you are prosperous, another where you are healthy, another where you have found love. This is the quantum field, a sea of energy and information where everything coexists. Manifestation, then, isn't about creating something from scratch, but about choosing an item from this menu and bringing it into your experience. And how do you choose? Simple, through your focus. You are the observer. Think of your attention as a powerful flashlight in a dark, infinite room. Wherever you point it, reality lights up and materializes. The quantum field doesn't judge what you illuminate. It simply responds. If your focus is on lack, you collapse the reality of lack. If it's on gratitude, you collapse the reality of abundance. This is why brute force, that struggle, doesn't work here. The field doesn't respond to force. It responds to your alignment. It's no use wanting one thing while focusing on its absence. The real question then isn't how to force the field to obey you, but how to become so coherent within yourself that it has no choice but to mirror the reality you have already chosen. But what exactly does it mean to send that signal clearly? We've arrived at the heart of it all, the most important concept: coherence. Think of the quantum field as a universal radio, and you are the transmission tower. To tune into the frequency of prosperity, for example, it's not enough to just think, I am prosperous. Coherence happens when your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are all vibrating on the same wavelength, creating a powerful and unmistakable signal for the universe. Now, what happens most of the time? A person affirms, I am wealthy, but their heart is screaming with fear about the next bill. They think about abundance but act with scarcity, afraid to spend money. This is a chaotic signal. The mind says one thing, the emotion says another, and the body does a third. The quantum field, receiving this static, simply reflects back the chaos you're emitting. It becomes clear then that alignment is what generates a clean signal. If a thought is the blueprint of a house, emotion is the energy that builds it. It's useless to have a magnificent blueprint if the energy, the feeling, is one of doubt or scarcity. But this leads us to an even deeper question. If emotions are so powerful, who is really in charge of this control panel? Our conscious mind or something much deeper? The conscious mind, which you use to set your goals, is just the tip of the iceberg. The true observer sending the signal to the field is your subconscious mind, operating on autopilot 95% of the time based on old beliefs. Trying to manifest something that your internal programming doesn't accept is like trying to change the course of an ocean liner with a kayak paddle. The real power is submerged, and its signal will always be louder. To make things even more interesting, science has already proven that the heart's electromagnetic field is thousands of times more powerful than the brain's. Your thoughts are electric, but your emotions are magnetic. The brain sends the blueprint, but it's the heart that attracts the experience to you. Feeling grateful for 1 minute has more pulling power than an hour of mental affirmations made from a state of anxiety. The true signal, therefore, is the combination of a clear intention mind with an elevated emotion heart, which author Dr. Joe Dispenza calls heart-brain coherence. Your job isn't to convince your logical mind, but to teach your body to feel the emotion of your wish already fulfilled. This is precisely where most people get lost, falling into the most subtle and powerful trap of all, the need for control. Here lies the great paradox. The moment you learn about your power, your first reaction is to try to control everything. You set the intention, and then you obsess over it, checking every 5 minutes to see if it's here yet. This need to force and monitor the outcome is the main trap, as it sends a deafening signal of distrust and lack to the quantum field. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it's growing. The energy behind your action is more important than the action itself. You can work 12 hours a day, but if your vibration is, "I have to struggle to survive," the universe will just deliver more struggles. Trying to manifest abundance from a state of anxiety and control only manifests more situations that will make you anxious. Remember, the universe doesn't respond to what you do. It responds to the energy with which you do it. The antidote to the control trap is the practice of letting go and pay attention. Letting go isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about trust. It's about doing your part and then surrendering the how and the when to a higher intelligence, replacing tension with faith. But how do you develop this trust and shift your focus from wanting to have to simply being? This is where the true magic of manifestation reveals itself. Here is the most radical mindset shift of all. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you a mirror of who you are. The act of wanting something in itself stems from a frequency of lack. It's a signal that screams, "I don't have this." Quantum manifestation happens when you stop chasing the result and start being the person who has already achieved it. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you vibrate. The work, then, is to embody the energy of your fulfilled desire, even before you see it in the physical world. Ask yourself throughout the day, how would the prosperous version of me think about this bill? How would the healthy version of me choose dinner? This isn't about faking it, it's about making small decisions from a new identity. It's a daily rehearsal where you teach your body what it feels like to already be that person. By practicing this, manifestation ceases to be an event you are waiting for and becomes a natural consequence of who you have become. Your external reality is always the last to get the memo about your internal change. But let's face it, maintaining this new vibration all the time is a challenge. And that's why we need to approach manifestation not as a destination, but as an ongoing practice. Forget the idea that manifestation is a formula you apply once. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't go one day and expect to be in shape forever. It's a daily practice of self-regulation. Your goal isn't to never feel fear or doubt again, but to become a master at noticing when you fall out of alignment and gently knowing how to return to your center of power. The tool for this can be ridiculously simple: your breath. When you notice your mind racing with the anxiety of control, just stop. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling the air expand your belly, and release it slowly through your mouth. Do this 3 times. This conscious act calms your nervous system and brings you back to the present moment, the only place where you can adjust your frequency and return to coherence. The real work of manifestation practice is to maintain the frequency of your desire fulfilled, even if the world outside hasn't changed yet. It is a commitment to your state of being. Every time you choose faith over fear, you strengthen that signal. You are, moment by moment, teaching the quantum field what your new and inevitable reality is. So now you understand, the secret to quantum manifestation isn't in doing more, but in being with more coherence. It's not about fighting the current, but about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions so that you become the flow itself. The power to collapse a new reality from the quantum field isn't in some external technique, but in your ability to generate a clear and potent internal signal. So, I leave you with a reflection. What signal have you been sending lately? A signal of trust or one of control? In which area of your life are you focusing on lack instead of embodying the feeling of already having? And the most important question, what small decision can you make today from this new state of being that would completely change the game for you? Don't let this knowledge be just more information. Turn it into a daily practice. If this content inspired you to claim your power as the observer of your reality, show your support, like the video. Comment below what your biggest breakthrough was, and of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Our journey is just beginning.